For what feels like an eternity in the electric car world, one name has ruled the performance scene. A silent, minimalist force from America that completely rewrote the rulebook. But the old guard is fighting back. A legendary German powerhouse, a company that spent a century building the ultimate driving machine, has officially entered the ring. This is the showdown we've been waiting for. The established king versus the pedigreed challenger. New school versus old school, reinvented. Silicon Valley's logical precision versus Bavaria's motorsport soul. In this corner, the undisputed sales champion. The car that made electric crossovers the new performance icon. The refreshed 2025 Tesla Model Y Performance. It's smarter, it's brutally fast, and it's the result of a relentless obsession with efficiency. It's the one to beat. And in the other corner, a challenger carrying the weight of a century of history, the 2025 BMW i4 M50. This isn't just another electric sedan, it's the first electric car to come from BMW's hallowed M Performance division. It carries the promise not just of speed, but of feeling. So, can BMW's heritage and focus on driving joy actually top the raw mathematical dominance of the Tesla? Is a soulful driving experience enough to dethrone the king of straight-line fury? We've got both cars. We have a track. And we are going to test everything, from gut-punching acceleration and handling to build quality, tech, and daily usability. Let's find a winner. Exterior design and first impressions. Before we hit the track, just look at them. Parked side by side, these two machines couldn't be more different. It's a total clash of design philosophies, and you don't need a degree in car design to see it. Let's start with the Tesla. The Model Y is what happens when aerodynamic engineers have the final say. It's smooth, almost featureless, like a pebble polished by the wind. The new Cybertruck-inspired lights give it a sharper edge, but the core idea is function over form. Every curve is there to cheat the wind and squeeze out another mile of range. The door handles are flush. There are no fake vents, no snarling grills, just a clean, ovoid shape that you now see absolutely everywhere. And that's its biggest strength and its biggest weakness. It's incredibly efficient, with a drag coefficient that would make some sports cars jealous. But it's also forgettable. It lacks visual drama. It's an effective appliance, a piece of tech you ride in, not a sculpture you look back at when you walk away. The panel gaps, a classic Tesla talking point, are better than they used to be. But you can still spot inconsistencies, a quiet reminder that this car is built for speed of assembly first and foremost. Then you turn to the BMW, and it is, unapologetically, a car. It's an i4 M50, and it has the presence of a classic German sports sedan, or technically, a Grand Coupe. It's long, low, and wide, with that cab rearward silhouette that just screams performance, even when it's parked. Where the Tesla is smooth, the BMW is creased and muscular. It has powerful haunches and an aggressive stance, cranked up on this M50 model with the M Sport body kit and subtle M badges. And yes, let's talk about the grille. The giant vertical kidney grille, now mostly enclosed for EV duty, has been controversial. But in person, on this performance model, it works. It gives the car an aggressive focal point the Tesla just doesn't have. The new slim snake-eye adaptive LED headlights are menacing. You see this in your rearview mirror, you move. The details here just feel more considered, more artistic. The frameless windows, the flush handles that pivot out, the optional laser-accented taillights. It all feels premium. The paint has a deeper shine. The panel gaps are ruler straight. This is an object crafted by a company that has been mastering the art of building luxury cars for 100 years. It's not just about being efficient, it's about creating desire. So your first impression is a choice. The Tesla is the future, simplified, clean, efficient, and maybe a little sterile. The BMW is the past, electrified, dramatic, complex, and proud of its heritage. One is rolling tech, the other is the evolution of the driving machine. Interior and technology. Stepping inside these two is like entering different universes, each with a totally different idea of what a car's cabin should be. This isn't just about screens, it's about whether you want a digital command center or a driver's cockpit. Let's start with the Tesla. The word you're looking for is minimalist, or maybe stark. The Model Y's cabin is an exercise in how much can we possibly delete. There's no instrument cluster behind the wheel, no visible air vents, just a single neat slit across the dash. Almost zero physical buttons. Your speed, your navigation, your wipers, even adjusting your mirrors, it's all done on the massive 15-inch center screen. For 2025, the materials are nicer, there's more sound deadening, and you can get ventilated seats, all welcome upgrades. The glass roof makes the cabin feel incredibly airy, and the high SUV-like seating position gives you a commanding view. But your life revolves around that one screen. It's brilliant, incredibly responsive, and the UI is mostly intuitive, like a giant iPad. But trying to adjust the wiper speed in a sudden downpour means taking your eyes off the road for a menu dive. There's also no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, locking you into Tesla's ecosystem. It's a clean, spacious interior, but it can feel cold and impersonal. It demands you adapt to it. Now step into the BMW i4 M50, and the difference is immediate. This is a BMW cockpit built for the driver. Where the Tesla is bare, the BMW is rich and detailed. Your hands land on a thick M-leather steering wheel. Your eyes are met with a gorgeous, sweeping curved display that combines a 12.3-inch instrument screen right where it should be, behind the wheel, and a 14.9-inch central touchscreen. And that's the key. The BMW gives you the best of both worlds. Critical info is in your line of sight. The iDrive 8.5 system is fast, looks great, and fully supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can bring your own digital world with you. More importantly, BMW hasn't killed all the buttons. There's still an iDrive rotary controller on the console, so you can navigate by touch without looking away from the road. There are physical buttons for climate, volume, and drive modes. It's a simple acknowledgement that some things just work better with a button. The materials are a clear step up. You can choose from various high-quality leathers and accent the cabin with real wood or carbon fiber. It all feels solid, from the satisfying thud of the doors to the switchgear. On practicality, the Model Y, as a crossover, wins on paper. It has more headroom, especially in the back, and much more total cargo space, including a useful frunk, which the i4 lacks. The i4's sleek roofline does compromise rear headroom for taller passengers, but its hatchback trunk is surprisingly huge and practical. For the tech that drives, both have advanced safety systems. Tesla's standard autopilot is excellent for lane centering and adaptive cruise. BMW's optional driving assistance professional package is similarly advanced, even offering hands-free driving in traffic jams. But a huge win for the BMW is the available head-up display, which projects your speed and navigation onto the windshield. It's a feature you can't get on the Model Y, and once you've used it, it's hard to live without. The choice here comes down to philosophy. The Model Y is a masterpiece of digital simplicity and space. The BMW i4 M50 is a temple of driver-focused luxury, blending cutting-edge tech with proven ergonomics. It's the future, without giving up the best parts of the present. All right, we've talked looks, we've talked tech, and the battle lines are clear. But this is a performance showdown, so it's time to stop talking and start driving. We're about to put these two through a series of performance tests, starting with the one you're waiting for. The drag race. Which one takes it? If you're enjoying this battle, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments which car you think is going to win. Let's do this. The Performance Deep Dive. This is the moment of truth where the spec sheets meet the pavement. We have the king of silent fury, the Model Y Performance, and the first electric car from BMW's M Performance division, the i4 M50. First, the drag race, standing quarter mile. On paper, this is razor thin. The 2025 Model Y Performance claims 0-60 in about 3.5 seconds, thanks to its dual motors and brilliant traction control. The 2025 i4 M50 also has dual motors, putting out a massive 536 horsepower, and claims 0-60 in 3.7 seconds with Sport Boost. BMW has more power, but Tesla is famous for its launch. We line them up. Most aggressive settings. Launch control ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And it is absolutely explosive. Both cars leap forward with a violence that never gets old. But there's a difference. The Tesla just hooks up and vanishes. It's a seamless, silent, brutal shove that pins you to your seat. No drama, just pure, terrifying acceleration. The BMW is right there, practically glued to its door. The launch is just as forceful, but it feels different. You hear the electric motors whir, but they're joined by the iconic Sounds electric soundtrack composed by Hans Zimmer, a deep synthetic crescendo that builds with speed. It's artificial, sure, but it adds a layer of auditory drama the silent Tesla just can't match. Off the line, Tesla's perfectly managed torque gives it the slightest jump, maybe a quarter of a car length, but the BMW is fighting back hard. Crossing the 60 mph mark, the Tesla holds that slim lead. We run it again, same result. The Model Y Performance is the drag race champion, but only by the narrowest of margins. It's a win on the timesheet, a testament to Tesla's software mastery. But what about when you're already moving? We do a rolling race from 30 to 70 mph. This is where it gets interesting. We line up, cruising at 30. On the signal, both drivers mash the pedal, and this time, the BMW is a different animal. That 536 horsepower is fully uncorked. The Tesla's instant kick is there, but the BMW's power in the mid-range is immense. It pulls with a relentless surge that feels like a jet at takeoff. As the speed climbs past 60, the BMW inches forward, its nose draws level, and just as we hit 70, it pulls ahead. The i4 M50 takes the win in the rolling race. This is M-tuned engineering. It's not just about the launch, it's about power everywhere. Next, braking. We're doing a 60-0 emergency stop. The Tesla's brakes are strong, hauling the SUV down with confidence. But the pedal feel is very digital. The BMW, however, shines. The pedal feel is superb, firm, progressive, and full of feedback, just like a proper M car. The stopping distances are incredibly close, but the confidence the BMW inspires is on another level. Now for the final and most important test, handling. We've left the drag strip for a winding road. The Model Y Performance has always been shockingly agile for an SUV. Its low center of gravity and hyper-quick steering make it dart into corners. The ride is firm, bordering on harsh, and you feel every imperfection in the road. It's incredibly fast point to point, but it feels remote. The steering is quick, but it gives you almost no feedback. You drive it with your eyes, trusting the grip rather than feeling it. It's like playing a very realistic video game. Then you get in the i4 M50, and within 2 corners, you just know. This is the ultimate driving machine electrified. The steering, while not as chatty as an old hydraulic rack, is leagues ahead of the Teslas. It's precise, perfectly weighted, and tells you what the chassis is doing. The adaptive M suspension is a masterpiece. In comfort, it's supple and composed, soaking up bumps the Tesla would crash over. In sport, it tightens up. The body control becomes iron-fisted, yet it never feels harsh. It feels balanced and playful. It masks its 5,000-pound weight with astonishing grace. It flows through a corner, involving you in a way the Tesla doesn't. So, it's a split decision. The Tesla is the undisputed king of 0 to 60. It's a numerical marvel. But the BMW i4 M50 has the superior mid-range punch, more confident brakes, and most importantly, it delivers a driving experience that is vastly more sophisticated, comfortable, and genuinely thrilling. Range and charging performance is a thrill, but usability is king. And for an EV, that means range and charging. This is where the reality of living with these cars comes into focus. Let's talk numbers. On paper, the Tesla has an edge. The Model Y long range can top 330 miles, while the performance model we have is rated closer to 280-300 miles. The BMW i4 M50, depending on the wheels, gets an EPA estimate between 245 and 270 miles. Tesla's experience with battery management and aero gives it a clear efficiency advantage. But official numbers are just a guideline. Drive them hard, and the range on both plummets. The Tesla's efficiency means it will generally take you a little farther on each kilowatt hour. However, range is only half the story. The other half is charging. For years, this wasn't a fair fight. Tesla's supercharger network is the gold standard for reliability and ease of use. You plug in, it charges, and it bills your account. It's a seamless, stress-free system. The Model Y can charge at up to 250 kWh, adding a lot of range in just 15-20 minutes. BMW relies on third-party networks like Electrify America. They offer incredibly fast speeds up to 350 kWh, and the i4 M50 can accept over 200 kWh, allowing for a 10-80% charge in about 30 minutes. But the experience can be inconsistent. You might find broken chargers or have to fumble with an app or credit card reader. However, the landscape is shifting. Tesla is opening its network to other cars with a NACS connector or adapter. This is a game changer. Soon, a BMW owner could have access to both Electrify America and the Tesla network, getting the best of both worlds. This move erodes one of Tesla's biggest advantages and is a huge win for all EV drivers. So, where do we stand today? The Tesla offers slightly better range, and its native charging network is still the most painless experience. It remains the king of the effortless road trip. But the i4 is a fast-charging, competent traveler, and its charging disadvantage is shrinking by the day. For daily driving and home charging, the difference is minimal. Price and verdict. We have driven them, raced them, and lived with them. Now, it comes down to the final reckoning. The price and the winner. Let's start with the sticker. The 2025 Tesla Model Y performance starts at around $53,000. That value proposition is insane. You get supercar acceleration, a huge interior, and access to the best charging network for the price of a normal premium SUV. The 2025 BMW i4 M50 plays in a higher league. It starts at over $70,000, and our test car is optioned closer to $80,000. That is a massive price difference. You are paying a serious premium for the BMW badge, the M performance tuning, and that beautiful interior. So, is it worth it? Let's summarize. Straight line acceleration from 0, point Tesla. It's just quicker. Range and charging infrastructure. A pragmatic win. Point Tesla. Practicality and interior space. The SUV shape and front give another point to Tesla. Interior quality, luxury, and materials. It's not even close. A massive point for BMW. Infotainment and user-friendliness. BMW's blend of a great screen, physical controls, CarPlay, and a head-up display takes the point. And finally, handling and sheer driving joy? It's a knockout blow. The BMW is more engaging, more comfortable, and infinitely more fun. The biggest point of all goes to BMW. On a purely logical, spreadsheet-driven basis, the Tesla racks up more wins. It's cheaper, quicker in a drag race, has more range, and is more practical. For many, that closes the case. It's the rational choice. But performance cars aren't bought on logic alone. They are emotional. And this is where the story flips. The Tesla Model Y Performance is a marvel of engineering. It's a stunningly effective transportation device that happens to be outrageously fast. It's a product of Silicon Valley, and it feels like it. Brilliant, efficient, and a little bit cold. The BMW i4 M50 is a car. It's the culmination of a century of passion for the connection between driver, machine, and road. It compromises on a few practical points and asks for a lot more money. But what it gives you in return is something the Tesla can't, an experience. You feel the quality. You feel the chassis talking to you. It's a car that makes you look for the long way home. So if your decision is driven by spreadsheets and cargo volume, the Tesla Model Y Performance is your winner. It's an objectively brilliant vehicle and the smart choice. But this is an ultimate performance face-off. And performance isn't just a number. It's a feeling. It's about engagement, confidence, and the thrill of driving. For the person who truly loves to drive, for the enthusiast who believes an EV should stir the soul, there is only one winner. The winner is the BMW i4 M50. It's more than a great electric car. It's a great BMW. And that's a wrap. The king was challenged, and the challenger proved that performance is more than just speed. These are two incredible machines showing two very different paths to an electric future. So which one would you take home? The logical, brutally quick Tesla or the emotional, engaging BMW? Let us know your pick in the comments below. We read every single one. If you enjoyed this showdown, please give the video a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.